Welcome everyone. Today we will be presenting our project called Mini Shopping Cart in C, which is a beginner-friendly console application that simulates the basic function console of an online shopping cart. The goal of this project is to help us understand core C programming concept through a fun practical example. Our team has 3 members and we divided the work according to each person's strength. I handled the requirement and flowchart. My name is Alish Habib. The second member, Dania, focused on coding and debugging, and the third took care of testing, documentation, and slides, Amber. This distribution allowed us to work in parallel and collaborate efficiently throughout the project and made it easy for us to work and grow. The main idea of this project is simple but practical. The user first chooses a category, which I will try to give you the overview in the code. So the user first chooses a category, for example, dairy or meat, and then he or she will select the further things that is included in that category. This is the whole overview of the code. So the program keeps track of the total as the user continues shopping, and in the end it applies a discount based on the total amount and shows the final bill along with savings. It's like a mini Amazon checkout system but coded entirely in C. Since this is a beginner project, we kept the logic straightforward while still applying core concepts like standard input-output with printf and scanf for user interaction, variables and data types to store values like price, quantity, control flow using switch, if-else, do-while loops to navigate menus, functions for modular coding such as displaying categories, calculating discounts, and printing bills. These building blocks form the foundation of structured program in C. As you can see here, there is a declaration of functions, and we have used the basic concepts of the C program, so it will be easy to understand by all of us. The project is very easy to run. We simply save the file as ccpproject.c. To compile it, we use gcc ccpproject.co cart, and then to run on Linux we type /cart, and on Windows cart.exe. This step ensures the code executes correctly after compilation and helps beginners understand how to move from writing to running a C program, which is the most important part, obviously. I will also show you the code here again. It will be explained as I will basically show you the code after running it, so it will give us the idea. Wait, okay, so here as you can see we have the whole categories, and now I will choose the category. Let's say I will choose meat number 2 or dairy number 1, and then we choose the item, and after choosing the item we will choose the quantity. And so you can see that it will ask you if you want to buy the another item. If you will say no and then no to the other question too, then it will give you your final bill. This is like the overall structure. The programs begin showing the main menu, and then in the end you see the updated subtotal. It is designed to feel interactive with a loop that continues until user decides to exit. Then after that we will talk a little bit about key variables, and then Dania will explain it. So to make everything work smoothly, we used a few important variables: int for category, item, quantity for user choices, float, price, item, total, discounted total for calculations, obviously because they can be in decimal, and char, choice, same category choice. It is for to make a decision to choose yes or no, y and n. These variables are essential because they hold the program's dynamic data, what the user selects and how much they buy and what the total becomes.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Dania, and today I am going to explain the different elements that we have included in our code and how it works. So the elements that we have focused while crafting this codes are conditional statements including switch statement, if statement, else statement, jump statements like continue, break, return, and iterative loops like do while loop, and functions. So first of all, when you look at the code, you will find that at the beginning there are header files that includes the function that we have used in a program like printf, scanf. Then following them are the function declarations of the 3 functions that we have used in our code. These functions are of float and void data type. Next, we have use int main, which describes the beginning of the main program. Inside the main program, we have used different variables of different data types like int, float, and character. In the int data type, we have used category, item, and quantity, which will be given in whole number by the user. Next, following are the float variables that we have used, including price, item total, total, discounted total, which can be in decimal values. Next, we have used character variables that include choice and category choice that will be in character data type. Next, we have used do while loop. The specialty of do while loop is that it will run once even if the condition following it will be false. So inside that loop, we have called function show categories, which is basically a code block that will show all the categories that we have included in our program. In this program, we have used 8 categories, which are dairy section, meat section, cooking stuff, ready-made, laundry, fruits and vegetables, canned stuff, and bath stuff. So for representing each category, we have used switch statement, and inside that switch statement, we have used nested if statement. So if you look at a category, for example, the first category, that is the DE section. So when you run the code, you will be welcomed by all the categories that we have listed. Then there will be an option to select which category you want. So there will be a number corresponding each category. For example, if you want milk from the dairy section, so you will click 1, that will take you to the dairy section. Inside that dairy section, there will be different products that you can buy. So for example, if you want to buy cheese, there will be a number before the cheese which you have to add. You add number 2, then it will ask you the quantity. After you have given the quantity, it will ask you another question whether you want something from the same category, that is from the dairy section. If you say not, then it will print the total bill. But if you add an invalid entry, for example, if the dairy section has 4 items and you add 5, which is not in the list, it will print the following statement, that is invalid item selected, please try again. It will give you another chance to select the item that you want. So next, we have after the switch statement, after you have added everything that you want in your shopping cart, the code will go inside the functions that we have crafted. So in this code, we have crafted 3 functions. One for counting the discount, one for calculating the discount, one for printing the final bill. So inside the first function that we have used inside the code is show categories. In that function, we have used printf statement for displaying all the categories that we have. In next function that we have used is is for calculating discount. So this function has return type float, and the parameter is take is also in float. The parameter that takes is the total parameter. That is your total bill that will be given to it after you have added all the things. So inside that function, this function has 3 if else nested if else blocks, 3 tariffs. So if your bill is greater than or equals to 10,000, it will give you a 40% discount. If it is less than or equals to 5,000, it will give you a 20% discount. And so if your bill is greater than 3,000 or it is equal to 3,000, it will give a 15% discount. But if your bill is below 3,000, it will not give you a discount. Next is the function called is used for printing bill. In this function, the parameters that you have to pass to it is the total bill and the discounted bill. Inside this function, we have used printf statements for displaying total amount, that is your total bill without any discount. Your discounted bill, that is the bill that you have to pay after it has discounted. Next, the printf statement displays the total amount that you have saved after the discount has applied to your bill. For example, this if your bill is 5,000 and you have given a discount of 1,000, then it will give you 4,000, means that 5,000 were total bill, your discounted amount is 1,000 rupees, and the bill that you have to pay after that will be 4,000. And after that, it will print a greeting statement, that is thank you for shopping with us. So this way you will the program will end, but there's a condition. Obviously, the do while loop runs only once if even if the condition is false. But the condition that we have given to the do while loop is that the user has to add y stands for yes. So this it will display a printf statement if you want to add another item from any other category. If you say yes, it will again run the loop. But if you said no, any other invalid input, then it will break the loop and a final print will be printed. For example, I will run the code and tell you about how everything goes. So when I run the bill, it will display the categories and ask me enter category number from 1 to 8. I add 1 for instance. Then it displays me the number of items that we have added in category 1. That is the daily section. I am seeing here is milk, cheese, butter, and yogurt with their prices following them. So I add butter, for example, that is on number 3. I add input number 3. Then it is asking me about the quantity. I add 2. For example, I want 2 sticks of butter. After adding the quantity, it is telling me that the item has been successfully added to my cart and the subtotal for the amount of the 2 sticks of butter will be 700. Next, it is asking me, do you want to buy another item from this category? That is whether I want to buy any other item from the DE section. If I say yes, that is for Y. It is again displaying the number of products that are in the DE section. For example, I add yogurt this time. The quantity I input is 1. Then it displays me a subtotal that is including the yogurt and the butter. After that, it is also again asking me whether I want to buy another item from this category. This time I input no. After that, it is asking me, do I want to shop from a different category? Means not the dairy section, the other categories that I have listed. If I say yes, it will show me all the categories again. This time I add 2, that is for meat. From the meat section, I want to purchase beef. I add number 2, that is beef is number 2. Next, I add quantity 1. Next, it is showing me the subtotal for all the things that I have bought so far. Next, it is also asking the same question whether I want to buy something from this category. I said no. And again, any other category I want to buy, I said no. Then after finally, it is displaying the total bill. That is, my total bill is 1850. Discounted amount is also 1850, and the discount that I have received is 0 because my bill is less than 3000. Lastly, it is showing thank you for shopping with us, which marks the end of our program. Next, for the testation and resulting, I would like Amber to here present us.
Assalamu alaikum anyone. I'm Amber Tariq and I'll be discussing how we made the program user friendly and reliable while Hello everyone. I'm Amber Tariq and I'll be discussing how we made the program user friendly and reliable while ensuring it works correctly under different conditions. So let's start with input validation. Whenever a user enters an invalid item number, the program immediately displays an error message instead of crashing or continuing incorrectly. If the input is valid, the program then asks for the quantity and asks that item to the subtotal. This helps guide the user to stay on the correct path and prevents mistakes. Right now, our validation mainly checks for invalid item numbers. In the future, we'd like to make it stronger by blocking negative quantities or non numeric inputs. We could even use functions like isDigit to automatically catch wrong entries. These small changes can really improve reliability and make the shopping experience smoother. Now, let's look at the sample interaction. Let's imagine if the user starts in the dairy category, it selects milk and enters the quantity, the subtotals updates right away. Then they buy another item like cheese and then the total updates automatically. After finishing dairy, the user moves to meat, buys chicken and finally ends the shopping session. The program calculates discounts based on the total and prints the final bill showing savings. When I tested this part myself, it felt surprisingly interactive, like a simplified console version of a real online checkout. Next, let's look at the user interface and experience. Even though our program runs entirely in the console, we focused on making it simple and organized. We used clear menu messaging prompts like "Do you want to continue?" so the user always knows what to do next. Each category opens with a clean list of items and prices so there's no confusion. We also made sure messages like "invalid choice, please try again" appear instantly, keeping the interaction friendly. This kind of small attention to layout and readability makes a big difference in usability, even in text-based programs. So overall, our user interface is beginner-friendly, clear, and responsive. Now, after building the program, we moved on to testing. We ran different scenarios to make sure everything worked as expected. First, we tested normal cases, buying from multiple categories and checking if the totals updated correctly. Then we tested boundary totals like 2,999, 3,000, 4,999, 5,000, 9,999, and even 10,000 to confirm that the discount percentage changes at the right points. We also tested invalid selections and random inputs to make sure the program stayed stable. During testing, we caught a small issue. The subtotal wasn't resetting properly when switching categories, but we fixed it quickly. Overall, this process helped us improve accuracy and gain confidence that our logic was working perfectly. For uh, for future improvements, we plan to make the program more dynamic. We could use arrays or structs to reduce code repetition and make the categories easier to manage. We'd also like to add file handling so users can save and load their shopping carts. Another helpful feature could be to remove or edit items before checkout, like in real e-commerce system. Or, of course, we'll keep improving validation and error handling for better reliability. These updates would make our simple shopping cart evolve into a complete mini inventory system. In conclusion, this project, Mini Shopping Cart NC, helped us apply key programming concepts like loops, switch statement, and functions in a fun and practical way. It also improved our problem solving, teamwork, and debugging skills. Personally, I learned how important testing and user experience are when developing programs that people actually interact with. Overall, this was a great learning experience that connected coding, logic, and creativity. That's all from my side, and thank you so much for listening.